Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hi guys, today is Friday, April 18th, and the energies in the day adds up and reduce to number 4 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. The spirit guidance for today's energy is Scorpion. Interesting. So I say interesting because when it comes to today's energy, there's a lot of bossed up vibe about today's energy. I say a lot of bossed up vibe about today's energy because the moon enters into Capricorn today, and the moon, our inner world, our inner conversation, is in a very serious place. It's in a very serious space. A place where we're very reflective and nurtured at the thought of being the hero when it comes to, say, our family's legacy. When I say the hero, I mean the first one to become the first millionaire in the family, to get the first master's degree in the family, to get the first doctorates in the family, to be the pioneer in the family in some way. And it could be your relatives or just your immediate family, but there's this need to be, you know, the one who is responsible for the rest, the one who takes care of the rest. And when it comes to, say, moon and Capricorn energy, such an ambitious moon. So when it comes to today's energy, some of us could be feeling this level of ambition, and this level of ambition can feel like inspiration, as some of us could feel inspired to want to do more, to want to be better, to want to contribute more when it comes to our family, when it comes to our family's legacy. Or for some of us, you know, we might feel burdened at the thought of this calling or this responsibility we feel with the moon where it is. And for those of us who will feel burdened, who will feel burdened or any form of stress, it's because, you know, you're trying to talk yourself up into taking on responsibility for something that you might not have the ability to respond to. Like the person who wants to pursue a certain career path or wants to take on certain responsibilities, and they're just not in the position to take those responsibilities on, or it's not within their makeup to take on that responsibility or the responsibilities they're trying to put on themselves. So when it comes to today's energy, you know, that's where some of us could feel some pressure, as there's this need to take on more responsibility. But you could do so much more if you nurture the things you have the ability to respond to, and recognize the things that you don't have the ability to respond to, and leave it to someone who does have the ability to respond to those things. Like I think of the person who wants to be a leader and lead others just because it sounds good, when deep down they might not have what it takes to take on that kind of responsibility. And if they're truly honest with themselves, they don't have what it takes to take that responsibility on, because deep down, that's not what's in alignment with their truth. That's not, you know, that's not for them. Or instead, the idea of taking on leadership and being responsible for everyone, that might just be a thing to make mom proud or dad proud, and not in alignment with their truth. And with the moon and Capricorn, it's positively aspecting Sun in Aries. And I think of Mars, the ruler of Aries, and Mars is in Leo now. And with Mars energy in Leo, I think of Mars, our motivation, in a place where we have confidence, we have the courage to take action and make things happen. And the moon in Capricorn is speaking positively to the sun in Aries. And I mentioned Mars being the ruler of Aries because Mars is, it's at home in Capricorn. So I think of, Mars energy being that fuel, that fire to take action. And it's at home in the mountain goat, in the ruler of the mountain goat, Capricorn, because Mars, our ambition, there's room for it to climb. There's something for it to achieve. Mars is the warrior. It's something for it to attack. And when it comes to the thing to attack, it's the goals that we want to achieve, the things that we want to manifest. So when it comes to today's energy, moon in Capricorn, big responsible energy, speaking positively to the sun in Aries. It's like having the courage, the fuel, the motivation, and being able to see certain things through. When it comes to these ambitions, and moon in Capricorn is squaring Mercury in Aries, along with North Node in Aries. And I feel like the moon making a square to Mercury and Neptune and Mercury in Aries. The square that's being made, I think of Mercury is the mind, and the mind is big time focus on the self, especially at 1 degree in Aries. It's like the mind, I think of it's like a baby becoming aware of its arm and becoming aware of different parts of itself. Mercury has just entered into Aries. So it's like early focus on us as individuals, ourselves, and things of that nature. And I feel like it's squaring moon in Capricorn. The mind squaring the moon, when it comes to today's energy, there's some kind of friction or some challenge when it comes to where our mind is focused on in our inner world. And I think with the moon, with Mercury in Aries, our mind is probably in a space where we're impatient when it comes to thoughts, wanting things to happen overnight. And Capricorn energy is an energy that deals with seniority. It's an energy ruled by Saturn, and things take time. So big emphasis today around time. Big challenges come up today around time. So today's a day where we could wake up, find ourselves just feeling irritated or annoyed or frustrated. It's like today's that day where you wake up and you remember that you're not where you want to be. Like today's one is that day where you wake up and it's clear you're not where you want to be. And it's one of those days where it'll take time to work on the mindset to kind of be accepting or at peace with the way things are. Today could be that day where, you wake up and you feel a little bit irritated, and the irritation is because of, not feeling complete about goals and aspirations and where we are in our situation. And the Scorpion coming out as the spirit guidance brings me to being strategic. The Scorpion coming out as the spirit guidance brings me to taking a step back, and it's like assessing everything. It's almost like looking at things from a bird's eye view, opposed to being so close to everything, so close to the point where it's like you're not seeing everything clearly because you're too close. So there's something about today's energy about taking a step back, or even stepping away from something for a bit. It'll bring me to the thought of whenever I'm working on a project, say I'm making a dress, and I'm like at the point of making the dress, I'm in a position where I'm kind of stuck. Maybe I'm stuck because I'm trying to make something happen that I've never done before, and I've been staring at it for too long. So it's like all I can see is the problem. It's like I find that when I get up and walk away, take some time away, go run an errand or something, whenever I come back, it's almost like I'm looking at the thing with new eyes. So that's also something beneficial when it comes to today's energy. Take a step back away from a thing so you could revisit it with new eyes. Let's pause for a bit. I am proud of the services that I offer and excited to tell you about them. If it would be your first time booking with me, then I recommend the natal chart and numerology awareness coaching session. For a while, that was the only service I offered, along with the 30 minutes tarot reading, which is still available if you're interested. I noticed the pattern. At the end of the natal chart and numerology coaching sessions, some of you would ask me for a follow-up service options, for additional clarity and guidance to assist you with whatever you're going through at the moment. I kept saying, I'll look into it. I don't know why it took me so long. Finally, I have created that option along with the service option to book a solar return chart reading for those of you who are strategic and like to plan ahead. Everything you need to know is within the description box below. Let's get back into the video. Ooh, okay. So with the tarot, we have the High Priestess energy in the upright position. So with the High Priestess energy coming out in the upright position, the High Priestess is bringing me to the first thought that came to mind when I looked at this was something about harvesting energy. That's the first thought that came to mind when I looked at this card. And when I look at the background, there's a bunch of eyes in the ocean. And whenever I look at these cards and I look at the, what's happening with the water, I feel like the water within the cards would reflect like what's happening when it comes to our inner world. And the level of peace we feel when it comes to a certain thing. And with the waves happening in the background and the whole, energy thing that came to mind when I first saw this card, it'll bring me to the thought of when it comes to a day like today, how easy it is for us to give our energy away in a day like today. And it's easy to give our energy away in a day like today in the sense that certain things will come up that will feel as if they're a huge deal when they are not a big deal. And some time alone and time, pulling out your journal and writing down whatever it is that you're feeling or turning on a recorder and venting. It's like spending your time wisely when it comes to releasing whatever it is that you're holding on to and releasing all the unnecessary stuff so you could get to the things that make sense, so you could get to the things that are beneficial to you. But it's managing energy wisely. That's what I'm getting with the High Priestess card coming out. Managing the energy wisely. Also too, with the High Priestess and the Scorpion energy coming out, it brings me to being strategic, both these energy, but being strategic from a place of discernment. It's almost what I'm picking up when it comes to today's energy. It brings me to taking inspired action when it comes to these cards. Inspired action, High Priestess is able to connect with her intuition. It's able to get the guidance from within. And with the Scorpion energy brings me to being strategic. As I said, taking a step back from a thing and being able to see it from different angles. Where when it comes to today's energy, like I said, hands down, today's a day where a lot of us could find ourselves just feeling it's like dealing with some kind of a hang up where it's like whether it's fear, false evidence appearing to be real, or some of us are dealing with a legit challenge. There's something coming up today and it feels bigger than what it actually is. And instead, just take a step back and remind yourself that the reason why this thing feels the way it is because it's new to you. There's something about it that's new to you. And over time, when you get accustomed to this thing, it's not going to feel as overwhelming as it does. And also to protect your energy in the sense that when it comes to, say, today's energy, I think of how easy it is for us to get sold on things that aren't in alignment with our greatest good, but for the, because we felt vulnerable when it comes to whatever it is that we were dealing with, the vulnerability got the best of us and we bought into a thing from a place of lack, from a place of not feeling enough, not being enough, not having enough. And with, say, these two cards, I feel like these two cards are powerful energy because it yells for me so loud that the power is within. It yells for me so loud that the guidance that you need to know is within. Everything that you need to know is within. And when it comes to, say, the person's like, okay, well, if it's within, I'm not hearing it, then, this is where we have to work on being still, work on being still, work on eating properly, work on journaling, spending time in silence. But more than anything, expect that, you're going to know what to do whenever you need to take action. Expect that the guidance that you need is already within you. So expect that whenever you're in a situation where action is required, expect that the guidance you need will come to you when it comes to you. It's like, yeah, expect that what you need to know will come to you when the time comes. I feel like expectation goes such a long way, and it just shows how much we trust when we expect to be guided. So yeah, today Mars enters into Leo. So with Mars entering into Leo, so yes, Mars in Leo, finally Mars is out of Cancer. And when Mars was in Cancer, our motivation levels felt super low, especially when Mars went into retrograde. So now Mars is direct. It's in the sign of Leo. So our motivation is in a place where we have courage to make things happen. So for me, it'll almost feel as if like the new year just started. The new year just started because our will to take action and make things happen just started. So when I say the new year just started, for me, it just means that we'll start to see more action. We'll start to see things speed up. Where when Mars was in Cancer, especially when it was in retrograde, it will remind me of a bear being in hibernation mode. And it's like now the bear is about to wake up. It's like things are about to start waking up now. And especially when I think of like, say, Mercury in Aries, and Aries is ruled by Mars. It's like the words, something about the words, something about communication, and people having the courage to just say a thing, even though just because you could say it don't mean you should say it. I feel like those are the kind of energies and things that are going to be coming up. Those are the type of things that we're going to be dealing with. But for those of us who have been working on a thing and we're ready to see it to the next level, I feel like this energy is perfect. It's the momentum to support those of us who has already, you know, I think of the person who have already put some things in order and, you know, set some things up and is just waiting for the momentum to carry them along. I feel like this energy comes in with that momentum. But when it comes to, say, today on a whole, these energies feel really good to me. And like I said, these energies will bring me to the thought of taking inspired action, where with both these energies brings me to occult energy, hidden energy, you know, something that's not open for everyone type of information or energy. And it's like it comes in, but you're strategic with it. And I feel like when it comes to today's vibe, the pain or the frustration or the annoyance, that's where the clue is. Like, that's where you want to look for your answers. Like, if you wake up and you find yourself just feeling some type of way, get to the root of what it is that you're feeling exactly and why you're feeling what it is that you're feeling. I feel like there's going to be some kind of clues around, you know, what it is that you're feeling. That's where the level of transformation needs to happen. That's where the discernment and the guidance that you're looking for is going to show up or help to transform, because more than likely there's something that needs to be assessed or something about the foundation that needs to be addressed, or just the whole cycle or the system when it comes to this thing needs to be addressed, needs to be understood. But either way, this is a major opportunity for transformation, because pain is a bookmark that holds space for our transformation. So lean into the discomfort today and try to understand, what is it trying to teach you about yourself or your situation. Pleasure sharing this message with you. Before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a green heart in the comment box below. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.